Hello, my friend. My name is Tessa Fyffe, and I help you thrive with your hidden disability so that you can create your wellness and create your freedom. On this video, have you ever wondered, people talk a lot about goals, right? I want to have some goals. I want to work towards certain things in my life. I don't know where to start. Well, this video I've entitled 7 Types of Goals in Your Life, and it's inspired by a really great article that I read by a financial expert, advisor and blogger called Anthony O'Neill. And it just struck me as looking at the whole, question of where to start with the goals and categories in your life, and it just looked at it in a completely different way, and I was really captured by it. So I'm going to dive straight in, and there are 7 types of goals that you might like to consider in your life. Now, first of all, just to set the context, he comes at this from a very he starts off with a big overall vision. So you're not just picking out goals in isolation. You start off with your vision, and your vision for who you want to be. And what I really liked is that he linked this to the person that he is in terms of his purpose as a divine being in the world, the person that you think God wants you to be. And that's how I view my life and make decisions in my life. So I thought that was a really interesting place to start. So having that vision for yourself, what is that vision for yourself? What sort of person do you want to be? Who is it that you think you are sort of stepping into to fulfill your greatest self, And that's your starting point, your vision. And then from that overall vision, you then can start to form your goals, because the whole purpose of them then is to enable you to achieve that vision. Are you with me? So that's just a bit of an overview. And then of course your habits are going to be the little stepping stones that are going to help you to get to those goals, which are going to feed into that amazing vision of you. Are you with me? Okay, let's dive straight in. So he starts with spiritual goals, and he talks about how that's the most important for him. And I have to say that resonated with me as being the most important for me as well, because everything I do revolves around me wanting to fulfill what I'm destined to do by God, and the best person that I want to be. So all of it's really focused on how I can develop relationship with God. So your spiritual goals are really about connecting to that essence of it being a much bigger picture, a wider picture of you and your creator, of you and the source of everything. So some ideas, sometimes it's just good to give examples, isn't it? So otherwise it sounds a bit abstract. But if your spiritual goal is to just, for example, develop a stronger relationship with God this year, or to go deeper into your identity as a spiritual person, then an example of a goal might be how you carve aside time for yourself for prayer, for meditation, for silent prayer, for reading the Bible. How can you carve out that time for yourself every day? That could be an example of a goal. What other areas are there in your life that could help you with that? Think about it. It may be that you want to buddy up with somebody else who has a similar spiritual goal to you, so that you can journey together. Some of us prefer it, when we have someone to journey with in that way. So have a think about what your spiritual goal might be. Number 2, financial goals. Now, financial goals, I think, are really important, not just because of the time that we're in, but it's part of us being responsible people. And if your vision is to be that best person that you can be, then taking control of your finances is very important, and deciding on where you want to go with that. One thing may be, getting to grips with paying off your debts and getting a really good plan in place. Or maybe, you don't have any debts anymore. Maybe it's more about saving up for a particular important event. It could be a holiday fund. It could be, that dream trip you've always wanted to do. Maybe it's to pay for something coming up within your family that you want to contribute to help a family member with. So those are really good ideas. Start thinking about what your financial goals might be. Number 3, career goals. So I think it's wonderful, isn't it, when we have a sense of heading towards an achievement, creating a really compelling future for ourselves. And I think one of those would come under the heading of career goals. And if you are an employed person and you are getting a lot of fulfillment from the work that you do, then maybe you're thinking of how you can progress that. Maybe you're working towards promotion. Maybe it's not about your day job that's going to make your soul happy. Maybe it's about the stuff you do outside of your day job. So maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe it's starting your own side hustle. Maybe it's working on a community project or something else that's very important to you. Okay, career goals. Number 4, educational goals. Now, I like this one because, so many people have this view that somehow your learning stops when you leave conventional, traditional organizations or institutions of education. But it's great to cultivate that attitude of being a lifelong learner, isn't it? So what are your own personal educational goals? Do you have your own personal curriculum? Brendan Burchard, whom I'm a big fan of, does teach and coach how to set aside time each month, for the whole year. That is your personal curriculum, building on those skills that you need to get to where you need to be. Yeah. So what are those skill sets that you need to spend time on? What online courses can you do to help to become a master in those skill sets? Yeah. What courses or webinars would you like to attend? It might be that you're looking about how to expand your mind. So maybe you want to learn a language or something creative, or maybe you'd like to start your own YouTube channel, and release your creativity that way. So that would all come under educational goals. So have a little think about what you'd like to do there. Number 5, fitness goals. Not everyone's really big in exercising. I get that, and I'm not prescribing anything here, but not only do we have a responsibility to take care of our heart that is pumping incessantly, carrying us through our life journey. What are we doing to take care of our hearts, to help our joints and our muscles to be as healthy as they can be if we are physically able to exercise? Think about, building in, how can you build in some fitness into your everyday? I think that's the trick, isn't it? I tied in my Pilates rebounder machine exercises into part of my day that's just so ingrained into me, and I've linked it to that. Some people um, build in just their daily walk around something that's going to, is going to happen every day to help you to do that. So think about what you might want to do there. It doesn't have to be about going to the gym. Okay, number 6, family goals. So family goals, I thought this was great when he mentioned this because, we don't often set a goal to do with family, do we? And I think especially now, we're in this very weird time. Personally, I think it's a weird time because a lot of people say, well, COVID has come and gone and it's behind me. Other people in the hidden disability camp might say, well, I'm still in a form of living where I'm taking specific precautions about, avoiding crowds, avoiding certain settings, and often how and the frequency of us seeing our family gets caught up in all of that. So I think it's quite important to think about goals around your family. Maybe, even if it's just a mental note or a note in your diary that you're going to commit to a telephone call every week or every fortnight, or maybe meeting up once a month. Really trying to invest a bit more in the lives of your siblings, perhaps. That's something to think about. And lastly, number 7. What am I doing? There we go. Number 7 is social goals. Now, I thought this was very clever as well because he was coming at it from a different angle. It's not just about, oh, well, I must make my social life much more active. It's not about that at all, really. Think about those people in your social circle that nourish you, spending more time with them. Those people that don't nourish you, perhaps spending less time with them. Maybe trying to push yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit and accepting the odd invitation as opposed to none. Maybe for you, you're just, maxed out when it comes to your social life, and maybe for you, saying no a bit more often would be very good. I don't know, but it's really one to think about. Again, quite relevant, I think, to our times at the moment where we all socialise differently. For many of us, we've not really been socialising because we've been trying to keep safe from the threat of COVID. So something to think about, don't you think? Maybe reconnecting with friends that you haven't seen in a while, maybe making new friends. There we go. So 7 different types of goals for your life. I would encourage you to have a think about them, and you don't have to set a goal in every single category, but I think it's a nice way to look at your life from the vision you have downwards, and also from that spiritual connection to source, you wanting to be the best person you can be. For me, wanting to be, the Tessa that God designed me to be, and deepening my relationship with Him, and then everything else kind of flows from that. Okay, did you find this of value? I hope you did. Comment down below, let me know what was your number 1 takeaway. Comment down below, let me know what was your number 1 takeaway. And on the question of starting a business or a side hustle, check out my free information pack that you can download at tessafyffe.com/info pack, tessafyffe.com/info pack, for lots of information on how you can start up your own online business. Okay, my name is Tessa Fyffe. I'm sending you my light and my love. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.